Hey, how's it going, everyone? I figured I get a chance to discuss the first real movie of 2022, and I figured, as I promised, that movie in particular would be Scream 5, aka marketed as Scream because of what Halloween 2018 did. However, unlike the 2018 Halloween movie, which served as like a direct sequel to the original, which ignored all the other sequels that came after that, Scream 5 serves as like the concept would be called requel, which is basically a reboot, as a way to reinvigorate the franchise, but also maintaining the continuity of the previous movies and serving as like a direct sequel, after the events of Scream 4. And I don't want to, give too many spoilers away, but when watching Scream 5, it kind of felt like the best way to describe it is kind of like The Force Awakens, whereas initially in Scream 4, the initial thought was like, oh, I guess the original cast would kind of like uh, pass on the baton to the younger generation, whereas in Scream 5 it's kind of the reverse, whereas the newer characters are more present in this story, and the original the original characters, Sydney, Dewey, and Gale, are more like the supporting roles, which I didn't like because you kind of like invested like 25 years in their story, and I mean, even though they do play vital roles in this one, but it kind of felt like they took like a back seat, which I kind of understand why they did it, because like realistically speaking, how many times could Sydney be the main focus, or how many times does people have a motivation or vendetta against Sidney Prescott? And I guess Scream 5 kind of flips that around, and of course the traditional opening kill takes like how would you say, like a slightly different turn than you would expect, but I won't give that away. And of course, one of the characters is named Wes, as a tribute to Wes Craven, the director of the previous four Scream movies, who unfortunately passed away in 2015 at the age of 76. So that was like a nice homage to Wes Craven. And the Wes character happens to be the son of Judy Hicks, who in the fourth one was a deputy, but now the sheriff since Dewey retired. And of course, Dewey and Gale have divorced, unfortunately, since the events of the fourth movie, because of the real life split between David Arquette and Courtney Cox after filming Scream 4. And of course, Neve Campbell's character, Sidney Prescott, is now married and a mother of two daughters. So I mean, that was kind of nice to see for Sydney to, I guess, finally have a a significant other after unfortunate circumstances regarding love interest. And nice to see Sydney no longer afraid, but not one to like back away from a fight either. So in terms of what I think about Scream 5, it's not a bad movie. I mean, especially for those that are love the Scream movies. However, I kind of felt it was slightly overhyped, and like I said, the reason I say that is because of how it treats the legacy characters in the same way the Halloween Kills did, though not as bad, and Force Awakens to that extent, because it would have been nice to see the trio all reunited once again, one more time, but hey, it wasn't meant to be. And of course, it has a pretty interesting ending, and kind of feels like, how would you say, like a passing of the baton from the older generation of Sydney and Gale to the newer generation. And that's all I'm going to say about it. So I guess for those that are curious about it, feel free to share what they thought. Okay, everyone, thanks.